Hello everyone and welcome back to JeremyTiki Plays Sonic 2. We've made it to what I believe is the second to last level in the game. We're just getting ready to go beat Robotnik and move on to the final stage. So from this point onward, there's not going to really be as much of the game design and game theory stuff that I've been talking about. And not game theory as in like, that's just a theory. But more of theory of how the different elements work together in... Oh, shit. More of the theory of how all of the different elements work together in the game. God damn it. And it's gone. Great. I'm so good at games, guys. Great, a checkpoint. I'll need that soon, I'm sure. But not game theory like Matt Pat's channel. More of how do the elements of the game work together to make the game an enjoyable experience. What is it about Sonic 2 that teaches you how to play the game, how the mechanics work, and how to move forward with it? If you're interested in that kind of stuff, make sure to check out my earlier videos. I've played through the entire game up until this point. Usually 1 or 2 stages per episode, and I kind of go in and dissect all of the different pieces. I hate these crabs and those grasshoppers, they're bastards. But I go through each stage and dissect all the different elements and how the game teaches you to play the game without being really in your face about tutorialization. So in the first stage, we're mostly getting Chaos Emeralds and talking about the special stages. In the second stage, Chemical Plant, we talk all about how the game teaches you about momentum. The third stage, we talk all about the mechanic of Sonic underwater and drowning. What was the other mechanic in that stage? Oh, enemy and hitboxes. And, oh, shit. The fourth stage, we learn all about... What was the fourth stage? Oh, the fourth stage just is kind of a recap of everything you should have learned up until that point. And I can't really remember what the others were, because most of those were recorded within the last hour or so, I guess. But if that kind of stuff is interesting to you, and you want to learn more about what led to the decisions in Sonic 2 and how the game teaches you to play the game, make sure to check out those previous videos. I'll put a link in the description of this video so you can see them. Now for this... Oh, fucking grasshopper. I hate that guy. For this stage, we're going to mostly try to get through. This is actually probably the third hardest stage in the game. Act 3 of... I think it's called Mechanical Plant or something like that. And it's... What... Mother... If I... Oh, son of a bitch. This is one of the hardest stages in the game, because it really is like one of the final tests to make sure you understand how the game works up until this point. And if you don't understand how the game worked, it's going to punish you for it. If you haven't mastered the mechanics that it was presenting throughout the previous stages, it punishes you hard for it, just like I'm getting punished now. Alright, so we made it to the final, to this boss. This boss is one of my favorites in the game. So if you touch the spinning things, you get damaged. So you're expected to jump over Robotnik. But you can't just jump over Robotnik from a complete stop like I did. You have to have momentum moving forwards, or you won't make it. So it's reinforcing a lot of the mechanics we talked about previously. You have to understand that momentum affects your jumping. If you don't, because unlike Mario, I guess Mario has it too, the original Mario. What the hell am I doing wrong? I feel like I'm missing something. Nope, I guess this is... Oh, there we go. So this is part of what I was talking about previously. You're supposed to use those balloons, God, get that fucking ring, to jump up and get Robotnik. Use them to bounce off the top of it to get Robotnik. Like, much yet. I can't do it very well right now. But you're supposed to use the balloons to bounce and get up high enough to hit Robotnik while he's in that standby position. And, maybe or not. Maybe I'm completely misremembering how this fight goes. Maybe I am. Interesting. I really thought... maybe not. I thought you were supposed to bounce off of those. Maybe I'm getting mixed up with a boss battle in Sonic 3. I thought you were supposed to use this to bounce up and get Robotnik. I must have gotten it wrong, because clearly that's not how it's working. How this boss battle is working. Tails get hit. Whoops. Yeah, and there must be a boss battle that I'm misremembering in Sonic 3 that works like that. I really thought that's how this boss battle worked. Yeah, I must be completely wrong. Oh well. Well, ignore all that then, since apparently I can't remember how the boss battles for the game I'm playing works. Oh well. Alright. So if I remember correctly, which clearly I don't, yeah, now we're on Sky Chase. So this introduces a completely new kind of, not really mechanic, but a new scenery, which is on top of Tails' plane. This still has all of the same mechanics of the previous stage, except now it's an auto-scroller, because all games have to have an auto-scrolling level. The thing that really makes this stage more difficult is Tails' plane. Because of Tails' plane, you kind of adjust where the ground is. So, for example, if you're up here, you won't hit the enemies if they're below Tails' plane. So you kind of have to make sure you adjust Tails' plane, which acts as the ground, to the height of the enemies you're attacking, or you'll end up getting hit like I did on that last turtle enemy. Because I moved Tails' plane up too far, and I actually ended up missing the turtle enemy and just landing on Tails' plane and getting hit. So you kind of have to be real careful with this stage. Outside of that, no real like new groundbreaking mechanics. It's just kind of like a short little segue. A short little segue stage that doesn't really do anything. These days, this would be more of like a loading screen level. Like you don't really, it's not really a level that you play, it's just something that you do while you're waiting on the stage to load. I guess it also kind of advances the plot, showing that Eggman's taking off while you're trying to catch up. See, there, that's the perfect example of the mechanic I was talking about in this stage. I got hit by that because I didn't adjust Sonic's height, or the plane's height, for the enemy I was trying to attack. So I just kind of got hit by the enemy because the plane was too high. So instead of hitting him as the spin ball, I hit him as Sonic walking on the top of the plane. So now this part you can't control. So Tails gets hit, goes down, and now you're here. Alright, so for this part of the game, even if you have Tails with you, he won't come back. So you just continue through the stage. So now this puts together all of the previous... whoopsie. All of the previous skill you had with the other game, with the other stages, and really tests it. And make sure that you understand how the game works. Alright, hold on just a second, guys. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Or not. Sorry, I just had to, living with a spouse, all that fun stuff. Had some stuff I had to do. So now this stage kind of gets a little dirtier. It still uses the fan mechanics we learned from Oil Ocean, and the hidden enemy mechanics we learned in Mystic Cave. But it gets a little bit dirtier because it adds these skates in. They kind of flip you forward, and it also adds these bars in. This was a mechanic I never liked to begin with. These bars. But that's the only real new mechanics it adds in here. And the reason I don't... Oh, shit. You really have to have a really good understanding of the momentum mechanics to get through this stage. Or else it's very unforgiving, as you just saw. So I'm going to start using the quick save feature this game has to offer, because I'm playing it on Steam right now. And that way I don't spend, all day sitting here. I forgot to start my damn timer again. Sitting here and messing up every time. So I'll be using the quick save feature so I don't run all the way through my lives. But these are the only real mechanics that are added in this stage, is the bars and really pushing the momentum mechanic, which is incredibly important. I mean, it is a Sonic game. Momentum's what the game's all about. So making sure the player understands that, because this is the last level in the game. I don't want to say stage, but it's the last official themed level. So this is the end of the game. Don't make any mistake about this. It's supposed to be Dr. Eggman's battleship. So it's making sure you kind of understand everything that you've been shown up until this point, and adding in a couple little curveballs, like these rotating platforms. Okay, yeah, I can get up here. Oop. But it's a very interesting stage. It's a nice way to kind of get together all of the mechanics learned so far in the game, and make sure the player really has a good final grip on them before it ships you off to fight the final boss. Like I said, a lot of stuff in this game is really well made, and this stage is a perfect example of that, because you really have to have all the mechanics down pat to get through it in one piece, which is made clear by the fact that I'm not doing well, because I don't have any idea how any of these mechanics work, even though I've been playing this for multiple episodes now. Anyway, so let's save that again. So I guess we're not supposed to be down here, we're supposed to be moving up. This is the only stage I feel kind of has a lack of direction in it, if you know what I mean. There isn't really a good sense of where you're supposed to be going. Like this, I'm actually kind of lost here. I don't really know where it's wanting me to go. Am I supposed to go back this way? Because that keeps bringing me down, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to go... Oh, see? Like that. Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so every now and then there's a couple little things like that in the stage where it's not really explaining very well where to go. I think that was kind of another example of the game not explaining itself very well, but oh well. And I don't know where the last quick save I had was. But that's a perfect example of the game introducing a mechanic and expecting you to use it immediately. Because right there it introduced the mechanic of the elevator platforms there. And then it's immediately expecting me to understand how those mechanics work right here and implement them immediately, or else I die, like it just showed. And then here, it's introducing this mechanic immediately, and then showing you, follow the coins and you'll be fine. But it's expecting you to make that leap immediately. And there's a couple tricky things, like I thought that section there was a platform, and it wasn't. That's why I just tried to jump onto it. See, here's another interesting one. These hiding platforms. So you have to really hope to God that you're faster than them, because they come right behind you there. Ah, shit, see? Perfect example. How far back was I? Great, so I saved stages right here. But it's, like I said, it's a really interestingly perfect way to do it. So you have to almost keep up with them as they're coming out so that you don't fall behind like I did. Awesome. Oh, I see. Those fucking skates. I really hate those skates. They are like the worst thing in this game. I guess you need to use it to get I guess you need to use it to get, like, across or something? Yeah, maybe it's just a trap. Because I'm not seeing how you use it. But, there's a couple things. Like, I don't think that's particularly fair, those kind of skates. Okay. But, that's my opinion on it. I don't think those kind of mechanics are fair. Because, I mean, they only just introduced how the mechanic works. And then they're expecting you to, like, always watch out for it no matter what. And I don't think that's a incredibly fair mechanic. But it is what it is. I mean, this game was designed, what was it, 1992 maybe? Or something like that? So, not everything in it can be considered to be perfectly... Ooh, okay, so here's the boss of this stage. This one's interesting. It continues to cycle back and forth, and you're expected to hit it. How does this stage work? I thought... Okay, yeah. So there you go. Oops. Well, I went back too far. I thought I had a save state further than that, but clearly I didn't. I thought I had one on the boss fight. I must have forgot to hit that key real quick. Oh well, it's not that far. No. Alright. So that boss battle is really interesting because it's the first time you're fighting Robotnik, but at the same time you're not really fighting Robotnik. You're fighting this machine. So what happens is this piece here that's moving, it brings out this laser, and you can't reach the laser by yourself. You have to use these to jump up and down. And what you have to do is you have to hit that, which then hurts the machine. But you also have to watch out for the bottom of these, because they will damage you because they have spikes on them. So you kind of just have to be careful all the way around. And while the machine's covered like that, it can't be hurt. So you have to really pick and choose when you use it. Oops. Grab a couple there and grab this. Ah! Oh my god. Okay, that's just F9. Ah, shit. There we go. So I'll be using the quick save a little bit more now, because from here on out the bosses get much more difficult. Specifically after this, you have to fight a boss you have to fight a boss when you have 0 rings, and I'm not super into that idea. I guess these just, yeah, they go down. Yeah, nice. Oh, oopsie. Accidentally went back. I meant to hit add a save state here, and I accidentally hit go back save state. My bad. So we should only be like 1 or 2 hits away from its death now, though. Yeah, there we go. I'll save state this a couple times just to make sure. But yeah. So the reason I'm going to be doing that is mainly because the next boss is kind of bullshit, and I don't feel like dealing with it. All right. So he sees him getting away, and we have to get to that one now. Tails comes back because, of course, Tails didn't die. That would be dumb. Alright, so I think I'm just going to... I already went over, but I think I'm just going to make this episode a long episode. Because we're at the end of the game now, and I just want to get this one finished up, so we'll just make this an extra long episode. Because the next thing that comes is only 2 bosses. Sonic can breathe in outer space without the Chaos Emeralds, apparently. So we go into Eggman's docking station, and now we are in the Death Egg. Again, no rings, and you're expected to fight 2 bosses like this. You get Mecha Sonic, this guy, this fun-loving guy, and the deal with him is that's the deal with him. He has a spin functionality like you, and he has 3 other attacks, I think, where he charges back and forth, and you just have to hit him when he's not in his invulnerable death state, which is the spinning ball here. He will do straight across, and he will do jumping attacks like that. I think it's based off of the noises he makes immediately before it, but I could be wrong there too. Yeah, so see, oh no, it's not. He doesn't really give any indication. So the most you can really hope to do is get 1 or 2 hits in on him each time. Chet. And he doesn't really give any indication as to what he's going to do next. And there's one where he jumps up in the air and shoots shit out. Yeah, see? He jumps up into the air and shoots daggers out, too. Really no indication, and if you get back on his back too far, his spikes hurt you. But there's really no indication as to which attack he's going to do when. So you just kind of have to hope for the best. At least there's no indication that I'm seeing. Both of his attacks look the same. You just have to be ready to react to it. Let's see, is there a way to... No, not really. You just have to be back away from him far enough. Which, of course, then is negated by the fact you also have to be close to him to hit him. But I guess if you stood back farther, you could probably get in a quick hit. Alright, so now we chase Robotnik, and no matter how fast we go, he outruns us. Even though we're supposed to be the fastest thing alive, we can't outrun a fat man. And the true final boss, the egg robot. This guy's pretty easy. You just have to make sure you don't hit his big spiky hands. And he's not too difficult. You have to hit him in between steps when his hands are back far enough. Because if you hit the big spiky hands, he will nail you. And here he'll try to come down on top of you and crush you, like this, and you just don't let him. Overall, this... Oh, he shoots 2 of them. It's been a long time since I fought this boss, so I apologize. But altogether, this boss is significantly easier than the Mecha Sonic boss. At least, oh, okay, so the backpack hurts you too. I guess it's the fire. Okay. Again, it's been a very... Oh, they're little bombs. Neat. It's been a very long time since I've fought this boss, so I apologize in advance for how bad I am at it. But all in all, this boss, it takes more of a beating than Mecha Sonic, but it's much easier than Mecha Sonic too. And then this is it. You run out of the stage, and oh no, Sonic's gonna die! That's pretty much it for the game. Not too much more to it, just a couple little cutscenes. This passed for story in 1992 or 3 or whenever this game was made. This was all there was to it. But that final stage just kind of tests your, or that final boss just kind of tests your reflexes, and you gotta hope you can read the signals fast enough to really master it. If you have a good mastery of hitboxes, your momentum, and good reflexes, you'll be able to beat it no problem. If you suck like me, you'll probably need quick saves. Well, that's not true. You can get good enough at it if you practice enough. I just don't want to sit here for an hour and a half doing it. But that's what you had to do for old games before you had save features, is you made shit just hard. There is an alternate ending if you get Supersonic. Instead of the plane catching him and him coming up and jumping off the plane, you'll blast out as Supersonic, blow through, and then fly up in front. Alright. So I think I'm going to cut it here, guys. If you like this series, make sure you like and subscribe. Next, I'll be going through Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We'll talk about all the different mechanics in that game, how they stack up to this game, and how Sonic 3 and Knuckles teaches you how to play the game as you're going through it as well. So make sure you subscribe if that's interesting to you, and we'll be getting to that sometime next week. All in all, I hope you guys enjoyed this series. This is the first time I've played a game through for the channel, so make sure you like, comment, and give some good feedback. Thanks for sticking with me if you came this far. I really appreciate your support, and I hope I see you in the next series.